Let's go see what Leah's up to. Do you want to explain your setup here?
This is called a mess. Yeah, I have like all kinds of post-it notes everywhere. Everything's like dusty, messy. This is like my Chaotica eyeball that I use. It's kind of like a tiny little mini isolation booth. And this is my favorite microphone I've recorded the last couple of albums with. It's the Neumann TLM 103, I believe. And I'm not like a gear nerd by any stretch of the imagination, like at all.
It's pretty nerdy that you know the model number.
Well, that's the one I bought. It's not like a cheap microphone, so I should know the model number. But anyways, I recorded like my latest album on this little setup here. Normally I actually sing in that really hideous vocal booth. It's absolutely the most hideous vocal booth you've ever seen in your entire life. You should go right in there. And but it did the job, like I didn't have a nice isolation booth, and I was recording everything at home, so we just found a bunch of old curtains in a bin in the garage and hung them up there, and that became my isolation booth, right? It just like cancels out some of the noise and echo in the room here, and yeah, it just worked. It did the job. So yeah, recorded my entire last album on that, and my album's coming out later this year. And this is just like actually gear that I've rented because yeah, so just what do we have there? A compressor, just a basic mixing board, and I don't even know. Whatever it does, it makes it all work. Like I said, I don't really know anything about gear. I just know how to turn it on, and sometimes I can't even figure out how to do that. So yeah, that's my setup. This is a lovely pencil jar that my kids made me. So
that's beautiful.
Naturally, I keep my lipstick and my pens and my essential oils in there. So I always have that handy. And that's my setup.
What else are you doing today?
Today I have an interview for our podcast.
What's our podcast?
Oh.
People don't know what you're talking about.
So we started a new podcast called The Savvy Musician Show. Savvy Musician Show. Some people can't say it. I can say it. And where I just talk about like the new music industry and what I'm doing as a musician, as a recording artist that doesn't tour, how I make a living from my music that way. And then yeah, I interview lots of guests who are like specialists on specific topics, and today I'm interviewing CJ Ortiz. He's the metal motivator. He's actually not in the music industry at all, but he is very close to the music industry, and he's like a motivational guy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have you. He's a good friend of mine. I was like, you've got to come on the show because musicians, they need a lot of encouragement. We are a very sensitive bunch, and we get easily discouraged. We get, down about ourselves, and we'll like swing from one pendulum to the other where it's like, or one end of the pendulum where it's like, wow, like what I just wrote is like freaking genius and like this is amazing. And then we'll go from that to the other end of the pendulum where it's like, I suck. Why am I even doing this? I should quit. Like nobody should listen to anything I do. I suck. So I just find that as artists, we definitely swing the pendulum. So I want to talk to him about that and a few other things. He's kind of like, he's been in the branding and marketing world for years as well. So it's always cool to get an outside perspective from someone who's not in the music industry. It's like, hey, what's just working in general? So yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, that's cool. What else?
And then I'm going to do a Facebook Live since I have my hair and makeup done right now, which I don't normally. I actually normally do not. I like normally in yoga pants and no makeup and like glasses and a ponytail. And but since I have it all on, I'm going to do a Facebook Live, and I'm going to promote a new mini course that we've just launched called Facebook for Musicians 2.0. And it's just teaching how everything's really changed on the platform, because we had a 1.0, and like setting up your page for success, to like what to post in social media, get engagement, Facebook groups, and how to engage your fans and really build a culture and a community with your fan base online. And that's really when I saw my fan base kind of take off and explode, was when I started realizing, oh, you know, my music is bigger than just the music. It's actually like a brand. It's like a lifestyle brand, and the music is just kind of the backdrop. It's kind of the part of that brand, and people identify themselves as like part of that community, and it brings people together. So Facebook for Musicians 2.0, I'm just going to be on there answering questions about it and promoting it. So basically, when I have my hair and makeup done, it's like make hay while the sun is shining type of thing. So, you know, it's like anything that needs my face on camera, I'm like, okay, let's do it now. You need photos? Let's do that too. Whatever we gotta do, because like it's annoying, actually. I find having to spend an hour on my hair and makeup, and that's why I don't do it every day. So
It's a lot of work being a lady.
it's a lot of work.
And we got to ask, what are you wearing? What are those things around your knees?
Oh my gosh. This is something I saw on Shark Tank called the Better Back. I get a really, really sore lower back from, I don't know, just sitting in chairs, and they're like not designed for like proper like pelvic alignment. I don't know. Since I had 5 kids in 10 years, my lower back gives me problems. So I saw this thing on Shark Tank, and it's just a brace. It just like goes around your knees, and you just sit here, and it just like gives you a whole bunch of support. So yeah, it's just, you just tighten it up, and
Wow.
so I use that when
It's like a knee pad with some straps on it.
That's exactly what it is. And then the thing in the back actually like zips up, so you can like carry it around, whatever. But anyways,
Yeah.
that's my
Cool.
setup here, and it's not always glamorous. Sometimes it's
This
a
is
big
your
mess.
Music
It's my
room slash
Office, studio, music.
Turn a light on in
everything.
here.
Yeah.
Feel like you're in a bat cave.
Yeah, I kind of like a bat cave. So that's it.
All right, we'll let you to it.